a few things going on here. First of all, getting some more charcoal. Whoop-de freaking do. Let's see what we've got here. I went on a little mining expedition, not really mining, just kind of knocking some passages out. Got a little more diamond, got some quartz, more, a little more of this, a little more of that. Did not find gold immediately. It's okay, it'll come. I think I'm going to make a grinder. We're going to kind of, well, you don't call it a grinder, you call it a grindstone. We need 5 stone, a wooden gear, and 3 nether quartz dust. I've only got 4 stones, so we're going to make 1 more stone. Ugh. Really quick. And while that's getting ready, we're going to make a wooden gear. Have wood. It's okay. 2 planks makes 4 sticks. Perfect. Wooden gear. Yep. Stone. We need 3 of these. Try to remember. I probably shouldn't. Okay. Like so. Oh, 2 are cobble. Every time it doesn't work, I know I did something wrong. Perfect. So 4 stone was enough. Okay, the other thing we need is a handle. We need a little wood. Again, sticks, but you know that's not enough planks. So we need 5 sticks. Actually, 1 wood is enough. We're going to make a boomerang shape with the sticks. Gives us a wooden crank. And let's just put this out of the way here. We're going to take the wooden crank, put it in the top, and then we're going to take some of our ores. Let's take this gravel first, just to demonstrate. There's room for 3 different kinds. It will only grind 1 at a time, and then you just start cranking it. As soon as you start, something will drop in the middle, and as you're cranking, the ore in the middle will be ground. Whoops. Now when that stops turning, if you keep cranking it, you can break the crank, and it turns it into pulverized iron. And let's get some more of this, and some of this, and let's put both in. We'll see what happens. I believe the iron will pulverize first. It drops in, yep. So once the iron's completely done, the copper will drop in there into this middle, and then there's, since you have 3 inputs, there's 3 outputs. Now keeping in mind that you have double the output, if you put full stacks in, obviously you're not going to get 3 slots of, you know, complete output. First full stack will fill 2 output slots. So that's something to keep in mind. So we'll do all this a little later. What else are we going to do? I've been out here, got lots of cotton working here, and lots of berries. I've got pretty much a full stack. Got all the berries I need now. And quite a bit of cotton. So what I'm going to do is make some string. Whoops. I know what I'm doing. Whoops. No, I don't. Stop and think. Let's just look it up, shall we? It's 3. It's even better. Let's just start over. I don't want the full amount. Let's just do that. Now I will need 8 for sure, so this will work. We're going to make 2 backpacks. I happen to know what it is we need. I want 2 of these. And I happen to need 2 of these. you're not familiar, if you have a material in your cursor, you pick up a material like so. So we have 16 planks. I pick it up. If I hold down the left mouse button, as I drag it around the boxes that I cover, it evenly distributes the items. So if I touch this middle one, then it will evenly distribute throughout, which gives us a different kind of a door. So, whoops, we just want the outer boxes to make 2 chests. Now if I use right click and hold, it will only put 1 of each item, no matter how many there are. And this is more easily seen with this cobblestone. So I drag it around the outer boxes, but it's not dividing the entire stack, it's just putting 1 item. Now, those of you familiar with the Unleashed pack, you already know this. But if you're new, there you go. Alright, so the thing we're going to do here, we're going to put a couple string in the corners, we're going to put our chests in the middle. Forgot a step, of course. I need at least 2 more, or 4 more wool, and I have enough for that. I just need to get my act together. We're going to put 2 wool here, and we're doing 2 because we're making 2 different things. We're going to put the 2 chests in the middle. Now, the way you make backpacks is the different kinds of backpacks are determined by these 2 side slots. So if you put it, I have the 2 materials I'm going to use are stone and iron. And stone will make a digger's backpack. That is a backpack that holds cobble, dirt, gravel, that sort of thing. Things that you just dig. Now you might say, well, that's everything. Well, no, there's a miners. Miners are ores. So now I have plenty of space, 15 slots per bag, for the times that I'm mining. Oh, it's dark. What are we going to do about that? I better hide in here. Well, no. You know, I think I'm tired of hiding. I mean, I'll hide when I have to, I guess. I'm not stupid. Let's go up here. Huh. Somebody put a bed here for us. I guess that's lucky. Huh, what's this? Oh. Well, I should have just went up there. Huh. Guess I just wasn't paying attention. What's all this stuff? Huh. Yeah, you already know what's going on. I went and I got a sakura and planted a few. That way I can get this other wood, the sakura wood. Have a little variety in my building when I need it. What else is going on? Well, I took some steps to kind of secure the area. Not a whole lot of steps. But if you look here on this overhang, there is kind of a way up here. And I think I'm going to block that off. I mean, I can. Well, here. Let's just do it. Wasn't too worried about it. Kind of like the idea that I can get up and down this side if I wanted to, but let's just block it off. But what about the other side that I had different creatures coming? Threw up some fence, some cobblestone fence. I think it kind of fits the Highland theme. It's not all that fancy. Probably could put torches to make it look a little more even here. But it's not really intended to look super fancy. But I don't know if you knew this. The fence will be level and straight, and then anywhere it connects to another block, you will have a post. And that includes torch as a block. So that's kind of fancy. And just a standard wooden gate here in the middle so I can get out if I want. So that's what I've been up to. Now I haven't put a roof on this yet. I'm not sure about what I'm going to do in the future. I just not sure. But until I decide, this is what we got. So the thing that I'm going to do here, we're going to take the next step in Tinker's Construct. To do that, we're going to build the tool forge. I believe that's detailed in this book. Whoops, just passed it. We need 4 blocks of iron and 3 of these seared bricks. Oh, look here. I've got my seared bricks built up. Let's take one of those stacks and let's make seared bricks. Oh, look, we got our 3rd book. Isn't that interesting? Now there's a glitch. You can see I've only got 1 of the seared bricks in my hand. But when we actually move those again, it'll update. So don't panic even when that happens to you. So we've got the bricks we need. We only need 3 of those. We use that table right there in the process. I need 4 blocks of iron. And that's one of the reasons I decided to make a grindstone. I had plenty of iron, but I just kind of hate to waste it, because if you think about it, if I just cook up those ores, I'm wasting half of the product. Now, the downside is I had to use 3 quartz dust, and quartz dust is kind of hard to find early on, but you know, I don't really need it right away. It's going to be a little while. We're moving at a slow pace, won't need the quartz dust, hopefully find plenty of quartz dust in the meantime. Whoops, Sakura just popped. I think those look kind of cool. I'm not exactly a pink kind of guy, but they're an interesting looking tree. The wood has a kind of an interesting texture as well. And while that's working, I'm going to put some of this in here and get it working. I don't like to waste charcoal, so I'll just put less than I need in there charcoal wise. So we need 4 blocks, that's 9 each, that's 36, which is 18 of these ores. And if I'd been smart, I'd put 18 in here. But just so happens I already have some iron ingots anyway. Now, I debated making this off camera because of this grinding procedure, but you know, we can talk while I'm doing it. It's not going to take that long. It's going to take just as long to cook the stuff up, but that's okay. Another 8. What did I say? I need 30. Man, 32. Heck, I can't remember. Losing my mind. So we'll crank up a little bit more of this. So what we're going to make, for those of you that don't know, you can make the upgraded tool versions, the hammer, the excavator, the lumber axe. These are all multi-block tools. The lumber axe, you can chop down the entire tree. The hammer, you can take out a 3x3 of stone, and depending on the material you make it with, you know, perhaps other ores. If you make it out of iron, it'll mine out diamonds as well. And then the excavator does the same thing with dirt, gravel, and sand, and clay. So that's what we're about. And we'll probably use cobblestone, and the reason is it takes a huge quantity of material to make the upgraded tools. And I say huge meaning it's huge now. Later it doesn't matter. You know, soon enough we'll have more than enough materials. Put a couple more of these in. Let's not. Let's do this. Take another one there. Let's grind just a little bit more because we're pretty much there. Real close. And if I can just get a little bit more here, I think we'll be good. Finish smelting that up, and we'll get the tool forge put together. Now the tool forge is required. So you have to have this iron. That's something you just got to remember, that you know, when you play in your world and you haven't played Tinker's Construct, you've got to remember, you got to have that. Don't do like I do and always think, oh, I'm going to make this. And you can't because you don't have the materials. It's such a letdown. Such a letdown. Now pretty soon, I'm either going to get rid of the cotton altogether, probably keep a few, and I'm going to start putting wheat down here. I probably ought to go ahead and do that now because I've gotten quite a bit. I've gotten everything I really needed of the cotton. I wanted to make these, mainly these 2 bags. There's a couple of other bags that are good, like the forestry bag. That's a good one for my play style. So what I'll do is, as you know, in my efficient style, quote unquote, granted I'm not efficient with everything, as part of this grows, you know, bears fruit, I'll then tear it out. Actually, let's go ahead and tear it out. You know why? Because I am wasting time, and that's not efficient. Let's get rid of these. We're going to need a lot of wheat, and we're going to need it for a couple of reasons. We're going to need it for Tinker's Construct, and we're going to need it for cows. Those cows are down there, and I've been ignoring them way too long. I need to deal with them. Barley, plenty of berries, so let's not worry about the barley yet. I'll probably switch to bread Sunday because the berries, I have to carry, well, I don't have to carry a full stack, but you go through them really quickly. The berries are great for starting out. A little sip of coffee. It's been one of those mornings, you know. I hate that commercial with that guy that says, dude, don't bother me till I have my coffee. That's an old commercial. Man, that grated on my nerves. Yeah, it's true. You know, you don't want to be bothered until you have coffee. But, you know, we don't have to be reminded that we're all jerks. Okay, so we'll take our iron, and we want 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we want. We'll take the rest here. We'll take 3 of these. 1, 2, whoops. 2, 3. We're gonna chop this baby down, and then we're gonna go back over here. I'm gonna put this in the middle, 3 on the top, 2 blocks on either side, and we have the tool forge. Ta-da! Alright, looks different. Now, you should know, any tool that can break iron can break this. I made a tool forge once, and I don't know why, but I used my wooden pick on the darn thing and destroyed it. Of course, that's just me. Pretty much foolish. So now what we need is using the tool builder, we're going to make some tools. We're going to make a hammer, a broad axe, and the excavator. Not the broad axe, I'm sorry, the lumber axe. So the hammer requires 2 plates and the heavy tool rod and then the hammerhead. The axe requires the binding, the plate, the rod of course, and the head. And the excavator is the same. So we have 2 of these. We have 1, 2 plates, 4 plates. There's no binding, there's 2 plates. And then there's 3 of the handles. So that's 3 handles, 2 bindings, 4 plates, and then 1 head each. So in our part builder, we'll take the tough tool rod pattern. Now, I have used wood for these before. Actually, I'm going to with the stone ones. That is what I intend to do. And it takes 3, so you're going to go through more materials here. So I need planks. I had to stop and think about what I wanted to do. Let's get enough for 3 more. Whoops, wrong thing. Alright. And we're going to get 1, 2, 3 of these. And that leaves us 2 planks. And the binding we need 1. And it also takes 3. This we're going to use cobble. 1 of those. Let's put it here, I guess. I don't know, my inventory's a mess. Let's straighten it out a little. Put these next to each other. The plates we needed 4. Those take 8. So we're going to run out of, or we're going to use a lot of cobble here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 each of the different heads, and they're all 8 apiece. So we're going to have just enough in this one stack. Like so. Now all we have to do is assemble our tools. And again, you can use the little buttons. I'm going to take 1 of those, 2 of these. These may stack. Yeah, they do. I was going to say that. We make the hammer. I didn't really give you the chance to see the hammer stats. With stone, it's 1179 durability. Mining speed, mining levels, all the same number of modifiers. However, when you click on this, it's going to tell you the natural abilities. It does a 3x3, and you can keep this in mind. If undead come around, zombies and skeletons, it does smite, which is more damage, and that's detailed in the little books. This mod's very, very good about giving you information. Tinker's Construct in the books. So we make the lumber axe, and it's going to tell you here the durability, the mining speed, which doesn't matter, and it doesn't really tell you here what's going to happen, but we'll have to pop it back in here, and it doesn't tell you. I thought it would, but what this does is chop down an entire tree. And then the excavator here, it tells you area of effect 3x3. So we got 1 more piece to make. Did I only make 1 binding? By golly, I did. Okay, we can put the parts in there and leave them. They won't fall out like a chest. I'm sorry, not a chest. Oh, and here's another glitch. If you put in the individual pieces, you'll say, hey, it won't make it. Just pick it up and put it all down as a stack, and it'll work. Yeah, I meant like a crafting table, not a chest. There's the excavator. Now, where are we going to keep these tools? Because our inventory is getting crowded. Well, I've got an idea about that. Let's try to make something. That's the wrong piece. these slabs? Yeah, slabs. We're going to put slabs around here. We're going to take one piece of iron, put it in the middle, and we get a tool rack. Isn't that nice? Now, since this is our workshop so far, I'll put it in here. Let's put it right there. And when you're holding, well, isn't that nice? Is that a glitch or what? Huh. So it's there, you just can't see it for some reason. I've never had that happen. Oh, great. This probably has something to do with my computer again. Odd. Very odd. Now, one other thing we're going to make before we go. No. We can't. I've got to run and get some water before we do. No, I've got some water. Let's put it right here. Let's do that. Let's put some water right here. I'll use this bucket up. I really intended to make an infinite water source. But we'll just put that there for now. Alright, the other thing I want to make is a water can. And you should know that this recipe, there's two recipes. This one is without the bone meal, is for when you're playing creative, but you have to make this one if you're not in creative mode. So we'll need some bowls, some bone meal. You know, I gotta find out if this will work in the writer, because I know you can increase your output in other in pulverizer and or macerator. So I'm gonna find out. Yep, it's gonna do it. Oops. Well, that's cool. I got 6 bone meal. I doubled it. I don't know if that's a glitch, but I'm cool with it. Why not? Alright, so we need a bowl. Actually, I need more stone too, don't I? I sure do. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up in there. Burn some of you up. Bowl. That's what I'm thinking. I've already got enough. I only need 1 bowl. So I've got that. I just need the stone. So the watering can is really kind of cool. It has limited usefulness, and it kind of seems overpowered because once you fill it with water and man, not the slime king slime, whatever. Yeah, he showed up before. Last time he wasn't up here, he was way down yonder. I could see him, but in case you didn't know about the king slime, he's this giant slime that has, there he is, right there. He looks slow, but he's really fast. You could have some really good armor, and it's better with a little help, like multiplayer, so that somebody, when he's trying to get one person, the other person can actually kind of take him down. If you get 2 people, he's easy. You still have to have some protection though, or he'll kill you quick. And he summons other creatures to help him, but I won't spoil the rest. I guess that's kind of a spoiler, but you should kind of know what you're getting into. You should know you're going to get your rear end kicked if you're not careful. So that creates a watering can that's empty, and we're going to fill it up. Just right click the water, that's all it takes. Now it's a watering can, and right click over crops, and basically what it does is I don't know the exact coding, but I can guess that what it does is all growing things, plants, they have a timer, and every time the timer goes off, there's a random chance that it'll grow to the next stage. You know, and depending on the plant, I don't know if it's different for different biomes, or you know, if it's different for raining or different circumstances. But you know, that's why they don't all grow at the exact same rate, because each cycle of time it may or may not grow. It's just random based on how it's programmed, right, by the person who, you know, perhaps it's in configs. I don't know. I haven't gone that in depth with it. But when you use the watering can, it makes the plant constantly check the growth cycle. And the weird thing is, some of these will grow really fast, and then I'll always have one or two that just don't seem to want to grow. Now that one is taken off now. But I usually have more planted than this. There we go. These are all growing good. That's interesting. So usually I'll have one or two spots that just don't seem to want to grow at all. It always makes me think, does this thing work right, or is it some kind of glitch, or what's going on? So this is a good way, using the watering can, to get crops that you want. I could have done that with the cotton, because it works on cotton too. But the truth is, I was busy doing other stuff, and I thought, you know, I'm going to get plenty of cotton here. The cotton's going to grow quick by the time I make a can, and I just didn't want to do that. Plus, I wanted the opportunity to show you on camera. So here we are. I've got one thing, and that's that cotton. Everything else is fully grown. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Now, let's not wait on that. Don't want to put you there. Let's go ahead and bust this out. And let's get you replanted. Plenty of seeds now. Plenty. And then we'll start using the can again just to demonstrate. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Over here too. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is kind of boring. Probably to watch too, but it's kind of fascinating. So let's go back over here real quick. This episode's gone really long. That's sort of by design. I've been having rather short videos, so I wanted to put a lot of content in one, and I've been spending more time off camera. There's one other thing I want to make. I don't have the materials. It's called a clipboard. I gotta have reeds for paper, or find some paper, but I just need planks and iron and then paper. So I'm gonna have to go look for reeds, or not reeds, sugar cane. Reeds are separate or different. Sugar cane. The clipboard, I'll show you in the future what it's like. But until then, I think it'll be interesting to show you what I can do with the wheat. I'm going to use my bucket of water. If you take cobblestone and wheat and you combine it with a can of water, you will get moss stone. Now here's the trick. If I do this, I'll consume one of each of these and the bucket of water, and I'll get one moss stone. The clipboard is a portable crafting grid, and if you use the clipboard, you can use an entire stack of these and one bucket of water, and you'll get an entire stack of stone. So it's incredibly handy for getting moss stone. And the reason I want to get moss stone, well, we'll touch on that later. You know, if you're familiar with Tinker's Construct, you know what that's for. But if not, we'll show you in the future once I find some sugar cane or get some paper and make the clipboard. And I guess that's enough for now. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Maliner saying mahalo.